Coming up on this edition of High School Sports Weekly, brought to you by OS1 Sports Injury Clinic.
There are basketball state champions in our area. We'll cover it all.
There are also golfers from Alabaster. We'll talk about Thompson.
We'll get a chance to catch up with the Oak Mountain baseball team as well.
And we'll shine the spotlight on Vica Hood from Oak Mountain and Riley Giardina from Vestavia Hills.
All of that and more coming up this week on High School Sports Weekly.
When it comes to an injury, you shouldn't have to be a professional athlete to get professional care. In fact, you shouldn't have to be an athlete at all. At OS1, we understand that orthopedic injuries occur to all types of people at all times of the day. Our convenient location allows you to get immediate attention without having to go to an emergency room. We have on-site digital X-ray and MRI, and our sports medicine specialists are fellowship trained and are here to get you back to it, whatever it might be. The best part is that OS1 is generally less expensive than the ER, and our decreased wait times make sure you are able to spend less time waiting and more time getting better. For more information or to book an appointment, please visit our website at bettersooner.com or just come to our Hoover location. OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. Get better sooner.
Welcome back to High School Sports Weekly, brought to you by OS1 Sports Injury Clinic.
The last time we were here, we knew that we were going to have a state champion from our area in both boys and girls basketball. We just didn't know who it was going to be. Now we do, and Donette Logan tells us about it.
We're joined now by our 7A state champions. Guys, congratulations. The first time in school history, y'all brought the championship here for basketball. I can't even imagine what you're feeling. Coach, I want to start with you. I kind of joked with Coach Chris Love earlier. He had said that his job was to get the buses there, and he was done.
Yeah,
and he's serious, because we have Coach Todd McMahon here. You're one of the assistant coaches, and he said you did the work. So seeing these guys in that court for that championship, talk about that a minute.
Well, Coach Love is always saying that, and we all know it's not true. But I'm just happy to have been a small part of it. These guys really get the credit, and the feeling at the state championship, pride, and then just excitement for the community, and then happy for these guys here and the rest of them.
Evan, I want to go to you. 5 free throws with a minute in that game. At that point, were you not thinking, we've got this? I mean, it was just like one after the other. Talk about that for a minute.
I mean, it was just something you always grow up dreaming of doing, in your backyard, with time running down, with the state championship on the line, and you're at the free throw line. So it was just a dream come true. And once I made those free throws, I knew we had in the bag, and it was just a great feeling.
No, I'm going to go to you now. You got MVP of that game, so you're about to get your championship ring and that title as well. Knowing that you played a big role in getting your team there, and I know it was a team effort, and you're a senior this year, seeing this team grow, what do you think has been one of the keys to success for you guys?
It's been a lot. I'd say the bond we've had and coming together, just the leadership roles everybody held and doing their own part in the job that we had to complete. It's just an honor to be given the opportunity to be given teammates, because not everybody else is like this. You don't see a lot of teams come together like we do, and we bond on and off the court, and I feel like that's really what helped us accomplish our goal.
Colin, you're also a senior this year and been with this team for a little while. And he mentioned that bond you guys have. What is something that you hope the next class comes up? Obviously, you want to continue that state championship win, but what else off the court do you want them to do?
Just continuing to compete in practice, and just have the fun in the locker room, have fun in practice. That's all you can do. The bond that you have, like in the locker room and in practice, what makes you play together in the game. So it's a very big role.
A knee injury right in that game it's not something you want to happen, but you're doing okay now, right?
I'm good.
I'm good. I know you want to be on that court. That's what every athlete wants to be, but watching your team and knowing that they were doing that, talk about just kind of sitting back and watching them get that win for you guys.
It was great to see. Not really the situation that I want to be in personally, but I love to see it. I love to see Matt and Ryan come off the bench and be ready and play their hearts out.
When you have to know like it's a team effort to get to that point, and you were a key part in that. Coach, what's next for your team when it comes to that off season?
I think we're going to enjoy this for a little while, and then we'll have to sit down with everybody and we'll set some goals going forward. Obviously, one of those goals will be to continue. We've had a motto that it doesn't matter, get better. I don't think we're going to get ahead of ourselves just because we had success last year. So, I mean, we probably need to center ourselves and then continue with that motto. What we did last year, we'll enjoy it, but that's not going to have any impact on what we do next year. So we'll have to recenter and focus on that when it comes.
Before I let you guys go, if you can, tell me who's going on to play next year in college. Have y'all decided that yet?
I'm playing football at North Alabama next year.
I'm undecided.
Undecided?
Undecided.
Undecided. There you go. Well, we've got one. So thank you guys so much. Congratulations
Thank you.
again.
All right, we're here with the Hoover basketball state champions, Coach Crystal Johnson. Coach, 3 championships in the last 5 years, that's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah, it is. They work really hard, so it's always good to see that their hard work is paying off.
All right, so a rough road getting there. You had some strong teams you had to beat, but it came down to the finals against Hewitt-Trussville, and y'all took care of business in that game.
We did. We came out and played very well defensively, so it was just exciting to see. That was, like I said, our best defensive game of the year. So it was really good to see it because we knew we were capable of that type of victory, but we hadn't seen it up until that point.
So when coaches say you jailed at the perfect time, that was the perfect time to come together.
Correct, it was. We had some people step up at the perfect time. It was just everything happened perfect that day.
All right, so we got 3 of the players of this championship team. I want to start right here. Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Anaya Hoover. I'm a junior and
Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah. My name is Renee Kelly. I'm a sophomore and I'm a guard.
A guard. Okay, you get to put up the 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you?
I did.
Did you hit one?
I hit 2.
All right. So we know she scored at least 6 points, okay? All right, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Jada Knight. I'm a senior and I'm a guard.
A guard, okay.
Yes,
Well, I'll ask you the same question since they got pummeled. Did you get to put up a 3?
I didn't actually.
Did you make a layup?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So we all know that they scored except for her. Which okay, right?
I scored.
Okay, you did?
Yes.
Did you play defense?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, so we know where the weakness is. Right? There is a weakness on the state championship team. Huh?
She got in foul trouble. She's not a weakness.
Y'all know I'm just playing with you. Tell us what, start with you. Tell us what it's like to play in the state tournament, what the program like at Hoover. How excited are you to be on this team?
I mean, Hoover is very good with the talent and just the competition in general. So, I mean, the atmosphere going back to the state championship was very good. So, I was very excited to be playing again.
Okay, and what about the camaraderie on this team? Y'all, I know y'all got to get along great, right?
Oh, for sure. We're really close. We're like sisters. We hang out a lot together and we laugh a lot and just we have fun with each other and we love each other and do whatever it takes for one another.
What's your favorite thing about this team?
Our chemistry that we have together and how we're all so close, like they said, and it's like nothing that can tear us apart or break our bond.
Coach, let's talk about next season. This one's over. I'm sure you celebrated it, but what you got coming back and what are you looking forward to next year?
We have all but 2 players coming back. Jada's a senior, and we had another senior, Rachel Hager. She actually didn't get to play because she tore her ACL in December. So we have everybody coming back besides those 2. We're looking forward to it. We got a nice young core. Most of our leaders will be coming back, and repeating is something we've never done since I've been here. So I know that's something they'll be working hard for.
All right, thanks for joining us. We're going to see y'all 2 next year, so I'll be picking on y'all some more. Okay? Where are you headed after high school? What are you doing?
I'm not sure yet. I know I want to major in psychology. So.
Okay. Good luck to all y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Golf has always been one of my favorite sports, no matter how poorly I've played it at times. But our own Donette Logan had the opportunity to talk with Thompson's golf coach and players.
We are joined now by some of the Thompson men's golf team. Coach Robertson, thank you guys so much for coming on. I know we kind of been trying to get you guys scheduled, but tournaments make it a little challenging. How's your season starting off this year?
We just had our first tournament. We ended up finishing midway through the pack, seventh place, which people hear that and they think, well, that's not very good. But in golf, we normally play tournaments with some of the best teams in the state. So I feel our 7th place for our first tournament was very good.
Jacob, that's one thing, when you have 7A, you are going to play the best teams in this area in all sports, and golf is one of them. How do you guys prepare for that on the course? Like, what do you think is one of your biggest challenges this year with that?
We really prepare in qualifiers and practice before tournaments, and we really put in the hard work. And it just really helps our mental game and our physical performance in tournaments.
Nick, I'm going to transition to you now. You mentioned that mental game, and golf is really a mental sport. So you guys aren't always just doing the maneuvers with your body, but it's the mindset too.
Right.
What do you guys do for that?
I think a lot of it is just being able to handle under pressure and stress. This last tournament we played 36 holes in the pouring rain, and a lot of it was just kind of keeping focus and focus on your main goals.
Brett, I want to move to you now. You guys did not get to have your season last year because of COVID. Thankfully, you guys are back out there this year. How did you guys keep that connection as a team and kind of keep that work going with so many obstacles in the way?
Well, a lot of us really like to bond on the course, so we practice at the same course, so we really get a lot of time to spend with each other. Not in the off season, we practice, we play together, so staying in touch and practicing together really helps us stay as a team when the season comes, so we'll be ready.
Coach, I want to know about your team a little bit. It's not a young team. You've got a little seasoned team there. Tell me about some of your athletes.
Most of my kids have been with me 3 or 4 years and been starters since they've been with me. So they've worked hard since 7th, 8th grade in middle school, and when I got them in 9th grade, they just continued working and continued getting better, and we've just been preparing and to play against some, like I said, some of the best teams in the state.
Jacob, I'm going to come to you back to you real quick. Golf is one of those sports. It's individual, but also team scoring. How does that work for you guys?
Individually you go out there and you try to do your best, and it also helps your team out in the end. They take the 4 best scores on the team, as we take 5 people for the first team. And then individually you play against everyone else to win, ultimately, who wins the entire tournament individually.
Nick, what do you think has been one of the biggest growing points for Thompson Golf?
I think a lot of it is playing with those better teams. We're playing with a bunch of the best teams in the Southeast, not just in Alabama, and being able to see, the drive they have and, just what aspects of their game are really good and what we can improve upon just to be just like them or better.
Brett, I know your tournaments take place during the week a lot of times, and so you guys are having to really juggle your classwork, making up assignments, and the sport itself. I think probably more than most other sports because your tournaments are during the day a lot of times. How do you make that work?
Yeah, during the week of March, we miss pretty much 2 days every week of school, but you really have to stay in touch with your schoolwork as well as your golf game. So you really got to talk to your teachers and talk to them about what assignments you're missing and really what you need to catch up on. It's a really hard task, but if you're committed to it, you can make it be done.
Coach, I want to thank you again. Thanks for taking the time to let us chat with you guys and get to know you, and wish you guys the best luck this season.
Thank you.
When it comes to an injury, you shouldn't have to be a professional athlete to get professional care. In fact, you shouldn't have to be an athlete at all. At OS1, we understand that orthopedic injuries occur to all types of people at all times of the day. Our convenient location allows you to get immediate attention without having to go to an emergency room. We have on-site digital X-ray and MRI, and our sports medicine specialists are fellowship trained and are here to get you back to it, whatever it might be. The best part is that OS1 is generally less expensive than the ER, and our decreased wait times make sure you are able to spend less time waiting and more time getting better. For more information or to book an appointment, please visit our website at bettersooner.com or just come to our Hoover location. OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. Get better sooner.
When we come back, we'll meet Oak Mountain athlete Vica Hood and another Vestavia Hills bowler, Riley Giardina.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Hi, I'm Brian Wimmish, nurse practitioner here at OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. We all know that one person that has a nagging issue or pain, and it's been going on for months and months, maybe years. And just want to let you know, OS1 Sports Injury Clinic, we're here for you. We are built so that you don't have to worry about going to the ER and waiting hours and hours, or another big facility and wait weeks and weeks. We are built as a convenient, almost concierge type medicine. We accept walk-ins. You can call, set up an appointment same day. And we have, all the services that you might want in a bigger facility. We have digital x-ray, MRI capabilities, DME, bracing, casting, everything you need. And if we don't, we'll make sure you do get to the place you need to be. So if you're one of those people or you know somebody with that nagging issue, come on in. Let us help you get better sooner.
You'll hear behind every good coach is a great wife. And yes, that's true. But get to know the coach more and you'll find there's normally an anchor in the family, bringing them a balance in sports and life. For Leeds football coach Jerry Hood, that's his youngest daughter, Vica Hood. Vica came into the Hood family at just 3 years old and ever since has been making a name for herself in the sports world. Donette Logan has more.
April 22nd will always be an important day for Oak Mountain's Vica Hood. It's not a birthday or the first time she made a goal on the soccer field. It's bigger than that. It's her gotcha day.
So I was adopted in Ukraine in 2008 with 3 other siblings, Olivia, who is in college at UAB, and then a brother, Christian, who is in college at Troy, and then another brother, Daniel, who is at Leeds in 11th grade.
At nearly 3 years old, Vica, along with her siblings, were packed up and moved to the United States for a new chapter. And the new characters in her life could not have been more fitting. Jerry and Amanda Hood. Both have spent their lives impacting the lives of young people, and now it was time for their lives to be impacted by 4 new faces.
My mom, she's a principal at Mountain Brook. Well, she's a superintendent now. And she's not as aggressive as my dad, because he's like a coach.
A coach who may have aggression on the field to win a state championship, but get him talking about the baby girl of the family, and you see nothing but pure love and joy.
We were able to meet her when she was almost 3 years old in Mariupol, Ukraine, and we adopted all 4 of our children there, Amanda and I, Olivia, Christian, Daniel, and Vica. And little Vica has just turned into an incredible person, an incredible athlete, and we're just very, very proud of her.
And quite the athlete she is. Vica might be small and soft-spoken, but put her in the game for Oak Mountain basketball or soccer, and that soft-spoken demeanor transforms.
I'm more aggressive and competitive. I like being competitive.
That competitive drive just comes natural for Vica. She will tell you she learned a lot from watching her brothers and sister play sports. But ask Dad, and he will tell you it's just Vica's natural talent to be a beast on the field.
It was obvious early on she is a special athlete. And as a coach, I was like, look, this little girl can play. So she's taken that, developed herself, and just loves to compete. So we're just extremely proud of her.
One has to wonder if Vica's talents were developing as she was growing up beside her dad. You ask her and her dad their favorite memories of Vica's life so far, and they both have the same answer.
Just watching my dad coach with those football players and being able to be around them.
Being the youngest, and I drug her to every summer football practice we had and all those kind of things. And then after games is probably my favorite memory because I could see them all playing on the field that we just got through playing on, and they would be up there with me most of the night.
Being a sophomore in high school, Vica is still trying to decide what her life will look like after Oak Mountain. One thing we can tell you, she will make a positive impact wherever her story takes her. Donette Logan, High School Sports Weekly.
Normally, when we introduce you to an athlete, we start by telling you about their current sport and end with their future plans. And that was the plan when we met with Riley Giardina. But, as Donette Logan reports, that plan quickly changed after talking to the Vestavia Hills senior.
When I met Riley Giardina, the plan was to tell you about how he was a late addition to the bowling team at Vestavia Hills High School, how he led the fan section on Friday nights, and his connection to his coach. But then I asked one simple question that changed it all.
I plan on just going to college, so.
And as for his major?
Biomedical engineering.
Now, if you're like me, you're wondering, what do you do with a biomedical engineering degree? Well, as Riley explains it, you just fix things.
I've always been curious on how prosthetics work and why they don't do certain things, and I want to be able to make those certain things happen. So
That desire to make things work better is actually a big part of who Riley is as an athlete and a person.
He brings his engineering thinking and trying to solve problem solving to all these sports, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and it's been fun to watch that progress.
And Riley has definitely used the mindset in just about every sport.
my high school career in sports has been a little weird. Like I started with soccer, played that for a couple of years, and then I moved into bowling. But throughout my life, I played basketball, baseball, football, lacrosse, wrestling. So, I just kind of dabbled in it all.
Out of all those sports, bowling is where Riley landed, all because his dad had found a new hobby.
Well, my dad started bowling in a league at Vestavia Bowl, and he fell in love with it like immediately. And then he started getting me into it, and then I fell in love with it. So it was just from there.
But Riley isn't just showing his school spirit at the bowling alley. This past fall, he took on a new role, one that got a lot of attention.
Me and a bunch of my friends, every Friday night we'd meet up and we'd paint up and put letters on our saying "Go Rebels" and stand front row at the football games and just basically be the leaders at the student section.
One thing is for sure, no matter what sport Riley tries or where he is in the student section, you will see him with a smile and full of laughs.
You'll never hear anybody say a bad word about Riley. I've coached football, I've coached bowling, and everybody in the building you talk to about him is positive.
Donette Logan, High School Sports Weekly.
Well, Susan, let's head from Vestavia to Oak Mountain and introduce you to the Eagles head baseball coach and a few of their players as they look forward to a great season.
We're joined now by Oak Mountain's baseball team. Guys, thank you so much for taking a break to kind of join us. I wanted to kind of start with you, Coach, and find out a little bit about your team. Tell me about your team this year.
Yeah, well, we've got a good group we're really excited about. We've got a lot of good seniors that are providing good leadership so far, some good underclassmen that are really filling some roles for us. And we're just excited to get started. Obviously last year was disappointing for all the spring sports to get cut short like we did. I don't know that we've ever been more excited to get back out and start a season. So we're just really excited to be playing right now.
Connor, I want to go to you, and I know you mentioned you guys have several seniors on there. How have you watched this team grow since you've been at Oak Mountain?
I've played with these guys since 7th grade, 8th grade, and so just as we've gone along, it's just gotten easier and easier to play with each other.
Stephen, what do you think some of the biggest challenges are for you guys in the field this year?
I'd say some of the biggest challenges that we have is just coming together as a team in the field, because we've had a few mistakes so far, but we're working at practice every day to fix that, and as long as we keep hitting and pitching well, I think we'll be very successful.
Connor, what do you think your strength is on the field?
As a team?
As a team, yeah.
No doubt pitching. We have.
No, wait, don't you pitch?
I do. I can't include myself. But I think we have probably the deepest bullpen that we have in the state.
I'm going to go real quick back to you, Stephen. And you mentioned, Coach Arnes mentioned the season ending. Do you feel because the season didn't take place last year that you guys have to overcompensate? You have more to prove this year?
I feel like we don't have more to prove, but we just have more that we are able to show people. We had a lot there last season. I feel like this year we are super excited to get back out there and just show everybody what we had last year and this year combined with all the talent that we have.
Coach, when your team was able to get back together for practices, let's talk about that moment when they're finally back together and the workouts begin. What was that like for you guys to say, we're probably going to have a season?
Yeah. I think, again, we probably came back more motivated than ever before. When things were shut down last year, we had guys saying, I used to dread that 6 a.m. workout, but man, I'd love to go do it right now. Or that really hot day of workouts, a really cold day, and all of a sudden it's taken away and you realize how much you appreciated it. So I think we came back more motivated, but started in August and still wasn't sure what this was going to look like. And just continue to hope for the best and try to follow all the protocols we could to keep things going, and it's gone really well. And so we're happy that everybody stayed healthy so far, and we're hoping it keeps trending in that direction.
Stephen, what are some of the changes for you guys because of COVID when it comes to your practices or at the games?
We have to stay more spread out than we usually do. Usually Coach has to remind us too, since we're so used to not being spread out, and just making sure that all of our same position players are not in the same place, so that if one goes down that we have another one that can fill the same position.
I want to end this with you then, as you mentioned that, filling that position. Do you see you guys kind of learning multiple roles in the team this year because of that?
Yes, ma'am. I think that we have someone for a backup in almost every position, but just in case another one gets taken out, since they're with each other all the time, then it might take out the entire position.
Coach, where can we find your schedule?
Our website's oakmountainathletics.org, and we try to keep it pretty well updated. You know, in the spring it changes a lot. We have rainouts and games move. We actually had a game move Tuesday because our team's now in the Final Four, our basketball team, so we moved one around to accommodate our guys being able to go and support them. But we try to keep it updated at that website.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
As always, be sure to like and share our videos online.
And if you got to get hurt, please check out OS1 Sports Injury Clinic, great partner with us, and our sponsor here on High School Sports Weekly.